we'll see how today goes. All right, so today I'm attempting this again. All I do is fucking go ride. So, you know, I guess I get a lot of opportunities to attempt this microphone, video, whatever the hell this is, out. But today, my electrical is acting fucking wonky. So, we'll see how today goes. I mean, I did get really rained on the other day, and realistically, I'm the one that did the electrical on this, and I am not a trained Harley tech, mechanic, any of that. So, there's a really good chance that I fucked something up. But either way, my intention is to go meet two of my girls. Angie, that is getting a little bit more used to riding. I rode with her the other day and attempted this whole video thing, and then somehow couldn't figure out how to, you know, point the camera in a decent direction, and the microphone wasn't working then. So, learning curve, man. And then Nicole is going to meet us there too, and then we're going to ride out to Central Florida and meet some of the guys at one of the bakeries. And I don't even know. I don't know what else we're doing, but that's the start. Providing this dash does what it's supposed to do. I think what had happened is I take this thing off-roading. That's interesting. Off-roading a little more than I probably should. And I shake shit out of, like, I guess, where it's supposed to be a lot. I just have not gotten a chance to open the front fairing back up and double check that everything's where it's supposed to be. But I'm going to assume that it's just one of the connections is not being well behaved, or, you know, water is a problem in Florida. So yeah, it's one of those things. But yeah, God, that looks beautiful today. Yeah, so Florida winter is fast approaching. It's a whole whopping 60 degrees outside right now. I mean, I know some of you deal with the whole snow thing. I am thankful to be able to ride year round. So that's why it's middle of December and we're going for a ride to the bakery. Good? Okay. All right, so I'm going to take the opportunity to talk about kind of the why I want to do this. All right, so it's kind of selfish, the first main reason. I just really want to document my life, I guess. Motorcycling is obviously a pretty big part of it. If you know me, I do ride a lot. So it's kind of hard to not document my life without most of it being motorcycle related. But with that said, I do like the whole preservation of memories idea. I think even back in high school, I would always even carry around a disposable camera, and I guess that turned into, you know, basic scrapbooking. I mean, that was kind of big at that time. I know, maybe it still is. But I guess this is my way to get with the times and document it in a more digital format. And, you know, videos have become a little bit more, I don't know, easy. With, a picture does, you know, say 1,000 words, but I guess videos tell even a little bit more. And I have been kind of slowly documenting a lot of my travels and, you know, day-to-day experiences on my motorcycle for quite a while. And I mean, the goal always was just for myself, and it turned into, you know, Instagram reels, which have been pretty fun. But I guess some of my trips have been so much longer that the reels don't really cut it. It's kind of nice that this will give me the opportunity to share, I guess, a little bit more in depth. I mean, I'm not one for words or anything, but I don't think you can grasp the experience of, you know, maybe like Beartooth Highway in a 10-second reel. It just doesn't work. So this will give the opportunity to share a little bit more on, I guess, how that makes me feel and the actual experience it was, instead of, well, here's a pretty picture. So God, I did not realize this area was so under construction, but it is. So but Angie's still behind me, and she is doing all right, even though this is probably a little much for her right now, but I'm proud. Look at that girl go. Listen, we have added so many miles to this girl's odometer in the last 2 weeks. I don't know if she knows what she's in for riding with me, but either way, so yeah, so most of this is really for me being able to actually share my life.
Okay, so we're going to the Yalaha Bakery. It's in Yalaha, Florida. I mean, all the car guys go here, bikers go here, just the older community goes here. So it's a whole melting pot of people. It's kind of cool because there's also a moonshine distillery next door, so if that's your thing as well. But really good bakery, food, delicatessen, all of that stuff. Okay, on to the next. We're heading over to Gator Harley in Leesburg. They're doing an event there this weekend. We normally stop at Gator Harley during Leesburg Bike Fest, but they're having their own little, I guess, Gator Bike Fest, bike rally this weekend. And we're going to stop and see what's going on over there. I do like stopping at Gator Harley. Actually, that's where I got this road glide. So thank you, Amanda and Big Mike, because I freaking love her. But we'll see what they're doing over there.
All right. I have no idea where they're going to have us park. Let's see. Let us see. Okay. All right. Cool. Where do you want me? Yeah. Okay, so kind of of think it's pretty interesting that as I'm learning this whole video, microphone, YouTube, whatever I'm trying to do here, I've actually got to film a lot of Angie here behind me, learning how to really, not ride, she had the basics, we know she had the basics, but actually experience motorcycle life, I guess, a little bit more. We've kind of thought about it as maybe a bingo board or a checklist. She has now gotten past third gear multiple times. We have gone out on some rural roads, taken some slight twisties. She actually even just rode to this, Gator Bike Week. I don't know what they're calling it. I really need to double check this. Gator Bike event, I guess, in Leesburg, and that was her first motorcycle event. She rode her own too, and I think it's pretty cool. There's like these little stepping stones of growth when it comes to motorcycling, and I don't think every stepping stone's right for everybody. Maybe motorcycle events will never be your thing. Maybe long distance or out of state will never be your thing. But there's definitely a lot of fun little milestones to experience, and I don't know. I guess I never thought of them like that until I guess watching somebody else get to experience it. But yes, beautiful, middle of nowhere, Central Florida. Okay, so we're actually coming up to the town my family lives in, which is Webster. Most people are not super familiar with Webster because it is a pretty tiny town, like 300 people in the middle of Central Florida. Actually not far off of State Road 50, so if you're familiar with 50, it goes one side of the state all the way to the other. But it's small. We're gonna not actually stop at any point going through this city. There is like 2 gas stations. We finally got a Dollar General. You know where you're in rural Florida when there's a Dollar General. But this flea market is actually the biggest in the state. It's like the every Monday. So this area you actually really don't want to be in unless you're going to the flea market on Mondays. But they also do the first Saturday and Sunday of the month. Down that way is the motorcycle swap meet. I am skipping that today, kind of, because I want to go see my parents. So yeah, but yeah, this is Webster. We are almost outside of Webster already. Yeah, you saw the 2 gas stations. Corner store also is the local butcher. We have now officially an Ace Hardware versus just the farm store, which is kind of nice, moving up in this world. But yeah. Welcome, small town Florida. Okay, so I'm taking Angie to the Richloam General Store. It's kind of a historic landmark, I guess, in Central Florida. I don't even know how long this thing's been around, but it's kind of fun because it has, old-timey stuff, and it's a good little random stop. Just because, I guess if you like stuff like this is great. This might not be your cup of tea, but I think it's just so cute. Alright, the cuteness. Richloam Store. That's just a very fun little stop. So easy peasy to get back to Orlando's just to take State Road 50. You know, since I'm not ready to put Angie on the interstate just yet. I mean, we've pushed her boundaries a lot in the last 2 weeks. She's about tripled the mileage that's on her motorcycle, I think, at this point. But I do need to get her home before it's dark out. So unfortunately, the best way back is just State Road 50. It's gonna get boring. I'm gonna turn this thing off purely for the fact that it's gonna be boring.